Hi everyone, it's Wendy and Ria here. It's been a long time since we've made a video together, but we thought today we'd do some gel printing. So we're about to go and collect our botanicals, but I don't live on a 5.5 acre property anymore, so we'll go around our little small garden and I'm sure we'll be able to find something. So we'll see what we can find and then we'll head upstairs.
Let's go get our botanicals.
Okay, it's Wendy here. I'm starting off today, so I'm just adding some Naples yellow paint onto the gel plate, just getting an even layer going, rubbing off the paint on a piece of paper to the side, adding the botanicals, and now just rubbing around that to get an imprint of both the texture of the leaf and just the outline of the leaves onto the paper. Okay, so I've got the outline there and now I'm putting that back down to get the textured look onto that bit of paper. Okay, so that's worked okay. So next I am just trying to pick up a little bit extra. There were a few little bits. Okay, so now adding the green. It's a very pale, transparent green, this one. Goes really well with the Naples yellow. Popping some feathers on. And a little nut, that little nut I showed you at the beginning, just to put an extra little bit of design on there. So getting the outline, and then I've also put it back down to get the texture of the feather, which is missing. And going on to now the turquoise blue, my favourite colour. This is a metallic, it's really, really gorgeous. This one, what I'm doing is putting a separate piece of paper down to pick up this blue. So I just want to get the blue out of the way so that I can pick up the actual texture of the fern onto my original gel print. So picking up all the blue there, and now putting down the original one to pick up just the blue imprint with the fern texture on it. And there we have the finished one. I was very happy with that one. You can see the feather, you can see the nut in the nut textures, really pretty. And that's where I picked up the blue, and that can be used for another gel print.
Okay, it's Ria here, and I am wiping the gel plate because I don't want the excess colour. I used a baby wipe and a paper towel. Okay, enough of that. I'm now putting my paper down, trying to align it properly. I use tape to secure it and lift it back. Starting off with Naples yellow from the Ara brand, using not too much and making sure to use airplane motions with my brayer. A tip is to hang it upside down so the paint doesn't stick to the paper. Now putting on my botanicals and using that, what's it called? It's like a nut. Now putting it down, rubbing against it so I can get maximum detail. Yeah, there's lots of rubbing. Okay, so I've lifted it up, taking my plants off and getting back that detail and using the Baron. Oh, okay, so I'm starting with blue now. Didn't use enough, so putting more on. It's good to do little by little, as you can see, because you can always add more and you can't take it away, if that makes sense. Placing down my plants. More pressing. And now I am going to go back and get the detail. Using the Baron. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I'm using the Baron to get as much detail as I can. Now using Payne's Grey, You have to be careful because this colour can be overpowering, and I didn't realise that until after I did it. But I just kept adding more on, and I don't know what was happening because it kept disappearing. But I caught that on another piece of paper and put the detail on my main one. So in the end, it's not that bad. Could have been better, but there's my go. Okay, time for Wendy.
Wendy back again. Okay, so this time I'm just going to take the outline of these ones and put the imprint on a different page. So that's the outline of them. Now I'm using the pink magenta. Very pretty pink. And I'll be adding a few more botanicals. That's my big fern, so getting rid of the pink off there and then coming back for the detail. Giving it a good rub with the Baron. And there we are. I left it at that because I really liked it and didn't want to put anything else on there. Hope you like it too.
It's Ria here, and I am using Naples Yellow by Ara and giving that a good spread with the brayer. And I accidentally got most of the paint on the paper, but that's okay. Now using leaves, ferns, leaves, and just pressing down. Using the Baron to get maximum detail. Going back and using the Baron again. This is what the first layer looks like. And now trying to get some more of that detail and using a pink. It's a very opaque pink, and I didn't realise how opaque it was, but it's okay. Using that nut and another feather. Using that Baron for lots of detail and my hands. Going back and using the Baron again. Basically repeating the process. And as you can see, it's very opaque, so now I'm using a translucent blue just to give it a dark, and using the big fern. And I only want the detail, so I'm using paper to get the base of it. And then collecting that detail and putting it on, using the Baron. And there we go.
Wendy back again. I'm using similar colours to my first one, so starting with Naples Yellow again. Using the brayer to get a nice even layer, then rubbing off on the side. Back to my fern. I really like this fern. So collecting the outline, giving it a good rub, and then getting the detail on the same sheet with the Baron. Okay, so I've got the detail of the fern on the first layer. Having a bit of problems getting my tape to stay there. Using the green again, the green gold. Nice even layer. Working quickly because this one seems to dry quickly. Okay. Adding my botanicals and very quickly just pushing down and trying to press in between all the little bits and pieces. Careful over the bigger ones so you don't put a hole on your paper. Quickly taking them off and getting the detail of that again. Pressing down firmly. Okay, looking good so far. Now this time I'll be using the turquoise metallic, and the hero of this one will be the feathers. I really love feathers, so I've got the botanicals in the underlayers and now putting some feathers on top What I'm going to do with this is use a separate bit of paper to pick up the blue and leave the outline on that piece of paper, which I can use again for another print. And that's the outline, and then I want to pick this detail up and have that on the yellowy green background that I did before. Giving a good rub with the Baron. A very good rub. And here we have the final one. Okay, very happy with that. So you can see the beautiful blue feathers and the botanicals underneath. I hope you liked it.
This is the final gel print. I don't think I got the recording, but I got Naples yellow, and now I'm adding Mars red oxide, spreading that evenly. It's quite, it's kind of opaque. And just getting that so it's not too overpowering. Adding a little bit more. And putting down a feather and a leaf and getting that down, and that looks really nice. Using the Baron to get that extra detail, trying to get a bit more, and now I'm using this dark blue. It's, I think, the same one that I used last time, quite a translucent one. Using this big leaf and another paper to get the background, and then getting the detail from my main piece. Using the Baron, and there you go. I really like this one. I think it's my favourite.
So here are the 6 final gel prints. It's been a long time since we've done gel printing together, so it was really nice being able to get together with my granddaughter.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to Wendy Sinclair's art. Bye!
Bye everybody.